Hello guys, welcome once again to Tech with Kobo. Here as usual we simplify IT skills for students, tech enthusiasts and systems administrators. In our last video, we used the Windows registry to block USB ports in order to mitigate the spread of viruses. A powerful method but not always practical in enterprise settings because they need to deploy it across multiple systems. So in today's video, we are taking it a step further where I'll show you how to block removable storage devices using the group policy editor, which is a cleaner and a more scalable method for managing multiple computers, usually in businesses or school and enterprise networks. So without much ado, I'm going to log on to my system for us to jump right into the configuration of this policy. So all of these policies that we are going to implement is geared towards mitigating the spread of viruses via USB ports or via USB storage devices. So we are going to use the group policy editor, which is available in the Pro and Enterprise editions of the Microsoft Windows Desktop operating system, that is Windows 11 and 10. This management console or this feature is also part of the Microsoft Windows servers. Over there, it's very interesting because you can create the policy on the server, deploy it across multiple systems, and the changes will effectively apply. Here in our configuration, it's going to be done on a standalone system. But if you have a peer-to-peer network or a small network where you have a few number of computers, you can go to each and every one of the computer to effect these policies accordingly. So before we begin the implementation, I'm going to open my file explorer. And then here we have a USB drive connected. I'm going to remove it and reconnect it for you to know that indeed it's a USB drive. So you can see it's been removed. I'm going to connect it back again. All right, so here I'll click connect to a virtual machine, HP Ultrabook, and then I click OK. So you see that this is a USB drive and it has successfully been connected to the system. Now we're going to look at some of the things that we can do on this USB drive for us to know that it has no restrictions before we begin the implementation. So I can double click to open it, as you can see, which means I have read access to this drive. I don't have any restriction. I can traverse these contents or these directories to see what we have within those directories. Now when I open this one, I can copy this folder here, this directory here, drag it and place it on my desktop. You can see I've been able to copy it to my desktop. That is from the drive to the host machine or to the virtual machine. Now when I come to the VM, I have certain directories over here. So I have this file, disable USB port, which is a registry file. I'm going to check if I can copy this file and send it to the drive. So I'm going to right click and then click send to and then choose Kobo. So you can see the file is being sent or being copied to the USB drive. So it tells you clearly that we do not have any restrictions whatsoever on this USB drive. So we can begin the implementation, and then after the implementation we will come back to check what we can do and not do on this USB drive. So I'm going to open the group policy editor. So we open run as always, and then we type in gpedit.msc. In my case, I already have it in history because I have accessed the group policy editor. So I'm going to click OK. So this is the snap-in or the management console for the group policy editor. So in this console we have two sections. We have computer configuration and we as well have the user configuration. So in this particular configuration we are going to go to the computer configuration section. Alright, so I collapse the arrow beside administrative templates, and then I do same for system. The arrow beside system, you click to expand the system container, and then here we look for removable storage access. Then I click standard to have it expanded this way. So all of these are policies that can be implemented on removable storage devices. Now In cybersecurity, there is a topic referred to as network security controls. Under that topic, we have we have technical controls, we have physical controls, and we have administrative controls. So administrative control is where an enterprise or an organization comes up with rules and regulations for a security person that they have employed to effect or to apply them logically on their systems. So it's kind of a rule or a policy that has been drafted, and then you, the IT person, is expected to implement that policy on the systems logically. So let's say that a policy is drafted that we do not want USB devices to be connected to the system. Now, this is a policy. You cannot go around and be telling users that don't connect USB devices to the system. You have to effect that policy logically on the system to prevent users from connecting the USB storage devices to the machines in order to mitigate the spread of viruses. All right, so here Microsoft has this group policy management console with thousands of policies that can be implemented here to address security concerns on your system, and many other policies that are not even security related. All right, so when we come here, we have removable storage disk, deny execute access. So this policy will prevent executable files like .exe, .bat, .cmd, and what have you from running from the USB disk that you have connected to the system. So I'm going to do a video later on to address some of these executable files that we find on USB drive. So I'm not going to touch on this one in this video, but I'll come to deny read access. So I'll double click this one. It says removable disk, deny read access. So here we have not configured, we have enabled, we have disabled. And Microsoft explains that if you enable this policy setting, read access is denied to this removable storage class. So I'm going to choose this one, click apply, and then I click OK. Now I come back to the Explorer, and then this is my drive. So I'm going to double click the drive. You can see it says access is denied. After effecting that policy, it says access is denied. So I cannot even access the drive to try to copy files from the drive or something. Now this is a file on the desktop. Let me try to send this file to the drive. So right click, I go to send to, and then I click Kobo. So here it says you need to blah blah blah. So I'll click continue, and it says you need permission, try again. So it's not going to work because read access to the drive has been denied. Okay, so let me go back to the group policy. This time I double click here, and then I set it to disabled or not configured. So let me set it to not configured. I click apply, and then I click OK. When I come back to the Explorer, or here I even have a pop-up that the drive has been inserted. So I can double click now to open it because there is no restriction. Okay, now let me go to the next one, which is deny write access. So I double click over here, and then I click enable. Microsoft says if you enable this policy setting, write access is denied to this removable storage class. Write access is denied to it. So we are going to see how that one also works. So I click apply, and then I click OK. So from here, I'm going to open the Explorer once again, check with Kobo, and then here you can see that I am able to access the drive, unlike the earlier denial of the read access. This time I am able to access it, but the policy says deny write access to the drive. So we are going to see how that works. So let me try copying this file. So I'm going to right click, or let me just drag it from here to the desktop. So you can see it is copying from the drive to the system that the drive has been connected, because the policy says deny write access to. So this is coming from the host system that the drive has been connected to the drive. So you can see that I can copy something from the drive to the host system, but let me try it from the host system to the drive, and let's see. So this is a folder on the host system, so I'm going to drag it to the drive, and it says you need to provide administrator blah blah. So I click continue, and then I have you need permission to perform this action, try again, and it's still not going to work because you enabled deny write access to the drive. So from the host to the drive isn't going to work. All right, which means that when I have a virus on this drive and I go for write access, deny write access to the drive, it means that the virus can run because I am able to copy something from the drive to the host. So which means if there's an executable file and it's a virus, it's going to run. So I'm going to come back to the group policy management console again. This time I'm going to set this one to not configured, click apply, and then I click OK. Then I come to the next one. It says all removable storage classes, deny all access. So I'm going to double click this one and then I click enable. So Microsoft explains that if you enable this policy, no access is allowed to any removable storage class, be it external hard disk, external solid state drive, USB thumb drive, memory cards, and what have you. So this is going to deny access to all of them. So I'm going to click apply and then I click OK. So this policy here means that if there is an executable file, it cannot run. If there is a file on the drive, you cannot also copy the file from the drive to the system. Neither can you copy something from the system to the drive. So when I come to Explorer here, you can see that there is something wrong with this drive. Usually when there's a problem with the drive and you connect it to a system, you see something like this. So when I double click it, it says access is denied. So this is the best or the recommended approach. You cannot be using your mouth or verbally be telling your employees not to connect USB thumb drives to the system in order to mitigate the spread of viruses. You need to effect this policy. It's very, very important. So this is going to help you tighten up your Microsoft operating system. Now, the difference between this and the USB configuration is that this one, you can see that you have granular level control where you can go for read access or deny write access or deny read access anyhow that you want it, or you can deny complete access to all the drives. So you've now learned how to block access to your USB port, all right, in order to deny removable storage devices in the group policy management console. So this is a smart way to secure your Microsoft environment without diving into the registry, which is very, very critical. If you miss anything over there in the registry, you are doomed. This is also very helpful in schools, in offices, in enterprises, in public laboratories, where you want to reduce the risk of virus infections or data leakage. If you learned something new today, kindly smash the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay updated, and hit the bell icon for more security tutorials from Tech with Kobo. If you've got any question or want to see how to apply this to a whole network using the Active Directory, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and remember, a secure system is a smart system.